Tommy's recording, guys, okay?
Hi guys, I know it's been a really long time since my last upload. But yeah, aside from being like sick for like 3 months and finding out I'm extremely anemic, I have been up to a few little endeavors that I'd like to share with you in the next videos to come. But in this video, I'm going to be working on a William Morris inspired piece. And if you don't know this about me, I love William Morris and the arts and craft movement all together. So this is not my first attempt at copying or mimicking, being inspired by his work, but it's not gonna be the last time. I intend on making another piece, maybe even like doing it as wallpaper, like two-toned William Morris pieces. I'll try to show a picture of what I mean, but yeah, let's get started on this project, which is just gonna be like a little art decor piece, William Morris inspired, and here we go. I'm starting with a smooth primed piece of 1/4 inch plywood. I'm using my quilt roller to mark off where the picture painted portion of the piece is and the mat. Say that 5 times fast, guys. I gave myself an irregular shape, roughly 1.5 inches on both sides, 2 inches on the top, and 3 inches on the bottom, with my trusty quilt roller, taped it off with my favorite paint tape, frog tape. I then moved on to putting the main borders of my design using my Bella stamp, working from the center out. Now I'm working on my composition by arranging more stamps in each little cell. To obtain that William Morris wallpaper look, I'm using stamps that are symmetrical or stamps that have a mirror image pair like these birds and bees. For the single stamps with no mirror pair, like these blueberries, I have to use my gel press to get the mirrored image, like I've done before in the past with my pink penny dresser video. I've created 4 unique groups and repeated them in the rest of the cells, trying to avoid putting the same image side by side. Here I am using my gel press technique. And all of my stamp work here is just placeholders, so it is far from perfect. With all the IOD stamp selection, it is a process that is avoidable if you don't want to use a gel press. I only used it for 1 stamp in this whole project. Switching up the ink colors helped keep my work a little more clear. Lots of room for fine-tuning. Okay, so see how messy this is? you're probably wondering, how are we gonna clean this up and not mask? Okay, so what you're gonna do is we're not gonna go ahead and paint our peacocks. We're gonna paint all our background items first. Okay, everything in the background gets painted first. So I'm gonna go clean up my stamps and mix up some paint, and we'll be right back. Okay, here's my paint selection. All Miss Mustard Seed Milk paint here. My inspiration for my color palette is from William Morris Strawberry Thief Wallpaper. I'm using a bunch of my IOD colored inks and mixing up a brown as well, using the primary colors. And once again, it doesn't look great, but trust the process. Just gonna let this paint dry, and then we're gonna stamp over our background. Just painting over any boo-boos and restamping. Now that I've painted all of my background, I'm moving forward and painting the midground and then stamping, repeating the process until I have my foreground done. I had to remind myself there's no heavy blending or transitions between color with this style, because it would have been originally done on a printing press with multiple layers, which makes it easy to paint. Before you do your last layer of stamping, paint the big spaces in between your cells. You like my peacocks?
Yeah! Peacock! Aussie! Peacock! Aussie! Peacock! Aussie! Peacock! 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 Where are you gonna put it? Oh, I know. I've been nice to you, and you be nice to yourself.
You're silly. And finally, my final stamped layer. After this, you can go back and touch up any paint outside the lines if you wish. But I'm not done yet. So I'm on the bottom, and I always do this. I stamp everything out on paper first. That way I can verify that I like the font, and also I find the center of my stamps, because as you can see, with spacing and stuff, it may not always be equivalent by spacing, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So at least my spacing, we're gonna go with that. But I'm doing the bottom, so I got William Morris inspired work here. This is probably not actually my center point, but I'm going to just use this as my reference for my center point and start stamping. Yikes, fingerprints everywhere. I am very messy and I like putting one letter stamp on at a time. And here we are in my unfinished laundry room, where I painted the cabinet door using the same technique, but with a more limited color palette. I just wanted to show a different look before we cut to our finished project. As always, thanks for watching and liking. Keep commenting. You guys are so encouraging. Happy crafting!